Welcome to Golden Memories. I'm Barbara. Here, we revisit the lives of cherished icons whose moments continue to shine through time. Their talent, warmth, and dedication left a lasting impression on audiences everywhere. Join us as we celebrate their journeys across film, music, and culture, honoring memories that remain timeless and forever inspiring. Born on January 28, 1926, in San Diego, California, Silvestra's early life shifted quickly across borders. Though American by birth, he was raised in Tijuana, Mexico, where his identity and ambitions were shaped. He briefly attended college but left before completing his studies, choosing instead to chase the dangerous and demanding world of bullfighting. That path nearly cost him his life. After suffering a severe goring in the ring, he was forced to step away from the arena. Recovery led him toward a different stage: acting. By 1960, Silvestra had established himself on screen, appearing in Las Rosas del Milagro, a historical drama set during the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire. The role marked one of his most recognized early performances and helped define his career in cinema. In his personal life, Silvestra was first married to Leonor Plaza from Venezuela, though the marriage eventually ended in divorce. He later married Blanca Estela Lyman, who worked as an artistic representative. In his later years, he lived in California from 2011 onward. Silvestra passed away in Coronado, California, at the age of 98. No public cause of death was disclosed. His life is often remembered as a journey shaped by risk, reinvention, and endurance. Bob Salinger, a deeply respected conservationist and tireless advocate for wildlife, passed away unexpectedly in Portland, Oregon. He was 57. For decades, Salinger stood at the forefront of environmental protection in the state, dedicating his life to preserving Oregon's natural habitats and defending the voiceless creatures that depend on them. Known for his relentless energy and unwavering commitment, he played a pivotal role in shaping environmental policies, leading rescue efforts, and raising public awareness about critical ecological issues. To many, he wasn't just an activist. He was a guardian of Oregon's wild spaces and a compassionate voice for animals in need. His sudden passing has left a profound void in the conservation community. As of now, the exact cause of death has not been publicly disclosed, adding to the shock felt by those who knew and admired him. Carrie Ann Fleming was a talented actress whose gentle screen presence left a meaningful impression on audiences. She passed away at the age of 51 after facing cancer, and news of her passing reached the public only recently. Her work may not have always been in the spotlight, but it carried a quiet strength that resonated deeply with those who watched her performances. Memorable roles on television. Fleming is warmly remembered by fans of Supernatural for her role as Karen Singer, where she portrayed a caring and devoted partner with emotional depth. In iZombie, she brought a different energy to the screen as Candy, a lively character who balanced humor with heart. These roles, though not always central, added richness to the stories and connected with viewers in a genuine way. A lasting impression. Throughout her career, Fleming brought authenticity and warmth to every role she played. Her performances reflected a subtle strength that made her characters feel real and relatable. While her time was cut short, the impact of her work continues to live on through the shows she helped shape and the memories held by her audience. The music world has said goodbye to Christopher North, the founding keyboardist of Ambrosia, who passed away at 75. His loss marks the close of a meaningful chapter in soft rock history, one built not on noise, but on nuance. While he often stayed out of the spotlight, his presence was deeply felt in every song he helped create. The sound behind the songs North played a key role in shaping the band's signature style. His warm Hammond organ tones, expressive piano lines, and carefully layered keyboard work added a richness that defined Ambrosia's sound. In songs like Biggest Part of Me and Holding On to Yesterday, his touch brought emotional depth that listeners could instantly connect with. His playing didn't demand attention, it invited you in. A lasting impression. Though his role was often behind the scenes, North's musicianship carried a quiet strength that anchored the band's identity. Fellow musicians and fans remember not just his skill, but the feeling he poured into every note. His legacy lives on through the music that continues to resonate, offering comfort and connection long after the final chord fades. Darren Paul Kent, June 6, 1984, sometimes credited as Darren Harper, was a British actor, writer, and director whose career reflected both resilience and versatility. Born in Essex, he grew up across Westcliff-on-Sea and La-on-Sea, later training and acting at respected institutions including Italia Conti. From early on, Kent showed a strong commitment to storytelling, whether on screen or behind the camera. Many viewers remember him for his brief but striking appearance as a goat herder in Game of Thrones. However, his range extended far beyond that moment. He appeared in projects like Shameless, EastEnders, Snow White and the Huntsman, and Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. His performance in the short film Sonny Boy earned him a Best Actor award, highlighting his ability to bring depth and humanity to complex characters. Behind the scenes, Kent also wrote and directed, notably working on the film Abusing Protocol. His creative drive remained constant despite living with osteoporosis, arthritis, and a rare skin condition. Kent passed away at the age of 39. While his health struggles were known, the exact cause of death was not publicly disclosed. His legacy lives on through the characters he brought to life and the stories he chose to tell. For more than 3 decades, Will Smith stood as one of Hollywood's most recognizable figures, a rare entertainer who seemed to carry optimism as naturally as breath. His journey was not only about fame, but about building an identity that blended charisma, discipline, and an almost universal appeal. From his early days in music to television success, and then global film stardom, he became someone audiences trusted instinctively. He represented a version of success that felt approachable, even uplifting, as though ambition itself could be friendly. Yet behind that carefully maintained public image was a more complicated human experience shaped by pressure, expectations, and personal contradictions. The gap between the public figure and the private individual gradually widened over time. What made his story compelling was not just achievement, but the tension between visibility and vulnerability, a balance tested when life stopped following the script he controlled. West Philadelphia Foundations. Will Smith's early life in West Philadelphia shaped much of the emotional foundation he carried into adulthood. Raised in a household that balanced discipline with deep care, he grew up under the guidance of a strict but loving father and a mother who emphasized education and stability. The neighborhood itself was equally influential, teaching him early how perception and personality could determine how safely you moved through the world. Humor became one of his earliest tools, not just for entertainment, but for navigating tension and earning connection. At home, he witnessed complex family dynamics that left a lasting imprint on his understanding of strength, vulnerability, and control. These early experiences did not define him in a simple way, but they created patterns that would echo throughout his life. As he rose to global fame, the emotional lessons of his childhood still influenced how he related to success, relationships, and identity. The rise of talent and opportunity. He discovered early that charisma and rhythm could open doors that traditional achievement could not. In school, he was known less for academic performance and more for his ability to command attention effortlessly. His partnership with DJ Jazzy Jeff marked a turning point, blending storytelling with music in a way that felt fresh and accessible. Their success grew organically, driven by performance energy rather than industry strategy. When mainstream recognition arrived, it came quickly and changed the scale of his life almost overnight. Awards and financial success followed, but so did responsibility and pressure. Managing sudden fame at a young age created both opportunity and instability. What seemed like a dream beginning also carried the risk of misjudgment, particularly in how quickly wealth and attention arrived without preparation for their long-term consequences, both emotionally and practically, in ways he was not ready for. Television breakthrough and growing pains. The transition into television marked a major shift in his career and personal life. The role that brought him widespread recognition introduced him to a global audience and established him as a household name. The character he played mirrored parts of his own personality, blending humor with emotional honesty in a way that resonated deeply with viewers. One of the most memorable moments of the series revealed a deeper layer of vulnerability, showing that beneath the charm was a person capable of expressing pain in its purest form. This moment became culturally significant because it contrasted sharply with the comedic tone of the show. It also revealed the emotional depth he could access as an actor. The success of the series solidified his place in entertainment history and set the stage for a transition into film, where the stakes and expectations would grow even higher. Hollywood stardom and emotional roles. His film career expanded rapidly, with major action and drama roles that positioned him as one of the most bankable stars in Hollywood. Each project added to his reputation as a performer, capable of combining intensity with relatability. He often chose roles that challenged him emotionally, including portrayals based on real individuals facing extraordinary circumstances. These performances required discipline, physical transformation, and emotional immersion. One of his most acclaimed roles centered on a story of resilience and fatherhood, where he acted alongside his real child. The emotional realism of the performance resonated strongly with audiences because it felt grounded in lived experience rather than pure fiction. Over time, he became recognized not just as an entertainer, but as an actor capable of depth and seriousness, expanding his identity beyond comedy and action into more reflective and human-centered storytelling in film, marriage, identity, and public image. Behind the scenes of success, his personal life evolved in ways that were often more complex than the public understood. His marriage became a central part of his identity, publicly presented as a partnership built on honesty and independence. Over time, however, the demands of fame, personal growth, and individual change created emotional distance. Both individuals in the relationship expressed the need for personal exploration, which added complexity to their shared life. Public perception often simplified their situation, but the reality was far more nuanced. They continued to navigate their relationship in unconventional ways, balancing family responsibilities with evolving personal truths. At the same time, public scrutiny intensified, turning private matters into global conversation. This exposure placed additional pressure on an already complicated emotional dynamic, making clarity and privacy increasingly difficult to maintain over time for both of them personally. The public revelation and its aftermath. A public discussion on personal relationships brought unprecedented attention to his private life, reshaping how audiences perceived him. What was once carefully managed through privacy became a subject of widespread commentary and interpretation. The conversation sparked debates across media platforms, often reducing complex emotional realities into simplified narratives. For him, the experience represented a loss of control over personal storytelling, something he had carefully maintained throughout his career. The emotional impact of this exposure was significant, not only because of public reaction, but because it challenged the image he had built over decades. While the situation was understood differently by different people involved, it ultimately revealed how fragile public identity can be when personal boundaries are removed. The period that followed was marked by reflection, emotional strain, and an attempt to regain balance in both personal and professional life over time as a whole. The Oscar night incident, the Academy Awards night, became a defining and widely discussed moment in his public life. During the ceremony, a comment made on stage about his wife's appearance was received in a way that led to a highly emotional response. He walked onto the stage and physically reacted toward the presenter, an action that immediately changed the tone of the entire event. The moment was brief, but its impact was immediate and far-reaching, dominating global conversation within minutes. The remainder of the evening continued under an atmosphere of shock and uncertainty. Later, when he received an award, his speech reflected a mixture of emotion, gratitude, and confusion surrounding the earlier incident. The event became one of the most analyzed moments in modern entertainment history, raising questions about pressure, emotion, and the unpredictability of live public life on a global scale overall. Fallout, reflection, and isolation. In the aftermath, the response from institutions, colleagues, and the public was swift and widespread. Professional consequences followed, including suspensions and project delays. Public opinion was divided, with some focusing on accountability and others emphasizing context and human error. He stepped away from public appearances and entered a period of isolation and reflection. During this time, he focused on understanding the emotional and psychological factors that contributed to the incident. He also began engaging more deeply with personal development and therapy, aiming to rebuild a sense of internal stability. The experience forced a pause in his career that shifted attention from external success to internal understanding. Over time, the intensity of public scrutiny lessened, allowing space for gradual reintegration into professional life under new and more cautious circumstances than before in his career over time and life as a whole. Legacy, humanity, and what remains today. His story is often viewed through multiple lenses: success, vulnerability, fame, and failure. Yet reducing it to any single label misses the complexity of the journey. He remains a figure shaped by extraordinary achievement and equally significant personal challenges. His career demonstrates how public identity can evolve, fracture, and rebuild over time. Beyond awards and recognition, what stands out most is the deeply human dimension of his experience, the tension between who he was expected to be and who he was becoming. In reflecting on his life, the most meaningful takeaway is not about a single moment, but about the broader arc of growth, consequence, and self-understanding. His journey continues, not as a finished story, but as an ongoing process of learning, adjustment, and acceptance of imperfection in both public and private life over time, as it unfolds naturally.